The military men, let me say, any the force will come around to do house checking to de-arm the people. Even when the military people comes around to de-arm them, they already know that maybe that night or the following day, the Fulani is going to come. I heard someone talking earlier about that the military serve as a spy to them. Is a true is confirmed true. That's a pure truth. The military personnel, they are the ones spying for all these Fulani herdsmen in Benue. You're not only in Benue. Are we expecting these same military men to go against those Fulani herdsmen? It's not possible. It's high time. All I would just advise people in Benue, even not only in Benue, all over the Nigeria, we should just try and as much as possible to stand up for ourselves. In a situation like this, we should all stand up for ourselves to be able to defend ourselves. Don't wait for any government, and maybe any military to come and defend you. It will never happen. They will come when the thing happen, they will come to give you empty promises, which they will never fulfill. There's an incident that happens. From Ekiti State. There's an incident that happened in Ekiti when Fayoshe was there. But Fayoshe stood up that he stood up that Fayoshe during his own regime. There was nothing like Fulani. Though they attacked some part of Ekiti State. But Fayoshe stood up for Ekiti State and give an order that any herdsman on site that maybe you were carrying your cattle around the villages, maybe on site, that they should unalive them. And because of that statement, during for 3 years, there was no situation like that. And even ever since then, I've not heard anything like that in Ekiti State. So those governors, they need to stand up for their states. Don't wait for don't wait for Mr. President to give an order. Its own war. Governors and the citizens living in their villages.
Incoming call from Kenny identified by troop caller.
To stand up for. That's all I just have to say concerning the current situation and insecurity ongoing in Nigeria.
All right, thank you so much. Here's the thing. There have been herdsmen attacks since then in Ekiti State, if you don't know. There have been some herdsmen attack. In fact, there was a kidnapping, I don't remember when. I'll find out the year and let you know. All right, Lona, can you talk now? Lona.
Okay, here. So, like I was talking about this Ghana that was killed. I think 2015 or
use
so. I don't remember the
by
year though. Okay, that was by around
don't use
that
the
time.
keyword, yeah,
The guy
because
was
of TikTok.
okay. So the guy was talking about the people that are behind these killings, behind these Fulani
He's
men
buying.
that give them so
Lona, I will
much.
take you down. Oh. TikTok does not like
Sorry.
it when you use the K word. So you have to say unalive or buy.
All right. So the guy was saying that the people that are behind these insecurities are the powerful people in this country. Most of them are in government. And the thing about this thing is, we don't even have to go back to his statement anymore, because it's clear to see now that during Buhari time, there was a time this thing was going on in Benue State constantly. Buhari did not say anything. Instead, it was when it affected them, affected the Fulani people, that he came out to comment. So these people, like this, our politicians, like the Shimoni say, if we don't go out violent on them, they'll keep using us because they are not going to do anything about it. All of them, they go there just to get their own share of the national cake and get out of there. Whatever happened within the country is none of their business. As long as it doesn't affect them directly, even if it is happening to their neighbor and that neighbor is not their relative, they won't pay, like they won't feel concerns about it at all. And the thing is, we've been talking about these things for long, and I don't think our talk is going to solve anything for now. We have to take actions. We really have to take actions. This
So
thing
your
has
your own solution
these
is
people are
to go and buy the politicians.
there's a way we can do it. It's not a must that we must
All
buy
right,
them.
thank you so much. Thank you. No, we're not buying any politicians. Sorry, we don't plan assassination on the platform here. No, we are here to discuss have intellectual conversations, get education, get awareness, bring about a revolution. But we will not endorse the unaliving of any politician. You're not going to plan that one on this platform. You will not say it was on Thai politic platform that I started the planning of the assassination of this politician. No, we don't do that here. If anybody else wants to buy a politician, please just drop, because I will drop you. And if you plan on planning the assassination while you are in the box, tell us now so we can drop you. Lona, that's what you said. That's what you said. I asked you, you said yes. Williams, so just stay in the comment section, cool your temperature. Maybe we'll bring you back again. Williams, where are you streaming from? Williams Rock.
I'm streaming from Abuja.
All right, go ahead, sir.
Good evening, everyone. It's really saddened what happened in Benue, and we hope that does not happen anymore. But I want us to take a leap back into most of the sub-Saharan African countries. The sub-Saharan African countries have been plagued by insecurity for some time, almost sub-Saharan African countries. And when we, first of all, I think the president's response is not a swift one. I agree. And it's not it's not as prompt as we would have expected. But however, this is something that has been happening since the time of, since the tail end of Obasanjo's tenure. We've been experiencing insecurity starting from the Niger Delta militants and degenerated into the Boko Haram and bombing and all that. Yaradua came in and gave amnesty to the Niger Delta guys, and I think that helped to calm the stuff a bit. But most part of Jonathan's regime, we experienced buying in hundreds, in tens, and in hundreds, and it didn't stop in Buhari's era as well. We experienced the same thing, and we expected it to stop now, but it hasn't stopped anyways. So, and some other parts of sub-Saharan African countries are experiencing something like this, similar things, just because it's happening to us now. So I think we actually know what other countries are going through in the sub-Saharan Africa. So my suggestion, to be honest with you, if just like Momichi or some chairman or somebody was saying, if we are waiting for the government to protect us, it might take a long time. If we want to be holding government responsible for every attack, we might just be wasting our time, because they do not care, in quotes, as much as we think they do. As much as we think they do not care that much. So I want to suggest self-defense. That's number one. Security of life and properties. Yes, constitutionally is a work of the government, not the president. Now, it's a work of the government. But however, in reality, in real sense, the security of your life and property is primarily your duty. The security of our lives and property is primarily our duty, because the government will not be everywhere every time. The police will not be everywhere every time. The military will not be everywhere every time. So as much as we want to hold the government responsible, we should know that we are in a developing world. I'm not just particular about Nigeria now. Some other sub-Saharan African countries, Congo, Sudan, Kenya, and the rest of them that are being disturbed by terrorism and insurgency. So I think self-defense is what we must employ. We must employ self-defense, like she rightly mentioned, our traditional rulers too can help. But as a family, as you are,
Do you think,
you need to think of what you can do.
Williams, pause for a second. Pause.
Yes,
Do you
yes,
think
sir.
President Bola Tinubu has done a good job
Yes,
as
sir.
Chief Security Officer? Can you hear me, Williams? Can you hear me?
Okay, it's breaking. It's kind of breaking. Please come again.
Okay, I said, do you believe that President Asiwaju Bola Tinubu has done a good job as president in securing the country?
Do I believe he has done what?
Do you believe he's done a good job?
Securing the country.
Yes.
I'll be honest, he has not done a good job. Let's just be factual. He has not done a good job, as most of us would have expected, just like I said. He has not done a good job. And it's
Do you believe that?
Yeah.
Do you believe? I have one more question. Do you believe he deserves re-election based on his performance in the area of security? Do you believe he deserves to be re-elected as president?
So far, in the area of security, no.
Okay.
But however, at the end of the term, we might judge holistically. But so far, it's a no. That's the honest truth.
Okay. All right. Thank you. No, thank you so much, William. Let's go to the next person. Big picture. I disagree with you on the issue of the expectation from the government. Yes, we might need to defend ourselves and all that stuff, but the government, the president is the chief security officer. The buck stops with him. The president cannot be taxing us directly and indirectly for and collecting almost 10 trillion naira for security, and then we just let him go like that and not hold him accountable. No. I keep saying this thing. The average Nigerian, if the average Nigerian borrows you 100,000 naira and you don't pay him back when you say you're going to pay him back, he will go and get police to arrest you. He will go and find police to arrest you. So now, these leaders have taken the equivalent of 10 trillion naira from our pocket. So the idea that we should just let it go, just leave it alone, cannot be acceptable. When Jonathan was there, we did not let it go. When Goodluck Jonathan was there, did we let it go? No. So why I don't understand this idea that we should just, everybody go and buy your own machete and hang around your house to protect yourself.
Can I ask you a question?
While it is okay to do whatever is legal to protect yourself and your family, I support that. At the same time, we cannot let these leaders get away. We can't. We can't just say, the president is not going to do anything, so we should just embrace it and accept it as normal. No. That's where I have a problem. Dindu Ice, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I want to ask me a question. Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Williams.
The background is a little bit noisy, so just maybe you make a statement.
Okay, Mr. Williams, I just want to know, how can we as Nigerian citizens protect ourselves from these killer herdsmen? Like you said, we should rely on self-defense. If we still subsidize our fuel, we still subsidize electricity, and we are still subsidizing security for ourselves, like, how is it possible?
Okay. What I said constitutionally. At first, I said it constitutionally that it's the responsibility of the government. But I say realistically now, because your life is important, your life is paramount. I'd rather break the law than lose my life. That is the fact. That is the fact. So your life is important. Your life is paramount. If you have machete, have it at the corner of your house. If you have if it is all this locally fabricated gun that you need, have it behind your door. By the time you are hearing noise and one man is down, they will know that you are prepared. By the time they come with machete and in your community, like 5-10 men comes out to kill us, but our family will be protected, they will not come back to that community. I tell you.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, but Mr. Williams. Go
Yes,
ahead.
sir.
Okay, Mr. Williams, did you hear the farmer in, is it Adamawa or Maiduguri, that bite someone in a self-defense act in his farm? A herder came to attack him, and he overpowered the herder, and they arrested him, sued him to court, and now the judgment is they will unalive that guy. That one is one. And did you also hear that the security personnel in this Benue and Plateau attack, one of the reasons they know that these people are coming to attack them is these same security people, the military, will come a day to the attack, arrest the youths, collect their weapons, and once they do that, the next thing, they know that they are coming to attack them the next day. So how do you want us to save ourselves, if not the president who this stops at his table or desk?
Sir, that is where I'm going to. They are not competent. The president, the governor, they are not protecting our lives. Maybe your life is more important to you, I don't know. By virtue of the job I do, I interface with Fulanis every day. I go into the deep part of the forest. I go into the bush. I interface with them. I make negotiations because I'm into real estate. We make negotiations for land, where they occupy and all that. You think the president will come there and protect me? You think I have to go there with military men? No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah,
So
but
you
Mr.
should-
Williams, we're not, you are missing the point here. We are
Right.
not talking about people defending themselves. Of course, that one is just common sense and human instinct. You should defend yourself. We are talking here about the societal collective responsibility. You might be able to defend yourself, but how about the pregnant woman that can't defend herself? What is she supposed to do?
That is
Right?
what I say.
So we
If they
hold on, Williams. Hold on. I get your point, but what we are saying is that the solution to the problem cannot be on a societal level, cannot be for everybody to go and find a knife to buy the person that's coming to attack them. As a society, as a country, that cannot be the solution, because there are different kinds of individuals, right? And we cannot be it's one thing that if we did not have a government and we were not paying 10 trillion naira for security, then, and we were a failed state like Somalia, where there's pretty much no government, or Libya, where it's free for all, then you can be giving this advice. But we have a government. We have so hold on. Listen. You've made your point. I'm not arguing, debating with you. I don't disagree with your point. What I'm talking about is society, not individual. You are a muscular man. We can send you to Sambisa forest. You might buy 200 of the Boko Haram people. A pregnant woman, a 5-year-old child. If we send them to Sambisa forest, how many are they going to stab? Because these people are burning children. So what do we tell the children? What do we tell the pregnant women? We're going to be teaching pregnant women self-defense class. Where does it end? We'll be teaching 5-year-old child out, instead of going to school. We'll teach you how to make homemade gun with akpu on the side, so you can be ready to shoot herdsmen when they enter the building. Understand what I am saying. What I am saying is that as a society, as a country, right, We have to have a restructured security framework. We have to have hold these leaders by the neck, by the kahunas. We cannot let them go. And that does not mean that you don't defend yourself, but we cannot be telling everybody, just go and defend yourself. Forget about constitutionally. It is our moral duty to hold these people responsible. That's my point. So I'm not disagreeing with you necessarily. I'm expanding on your point. Because to just say that this government will never help, this government will never do anything, this president will never do anything, so all of us go and grab a knife, go and grab this one, and just defend yourself and hope for the best, cannot be a solution on the society level. That's all. It's not really a disagreement. I'm expanding on your point. But let's go to big picture. Where are you streaming from? Big picture. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm streaming
Where are
from
you streaming
Lagos.
from?
Can you hear me? I'm streaming from Lagos.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, what I can say is this seems like an maybe invasion or something, because if you notice, some of the places the Fulani men have invaded, I heard they settle there and rename the community. I don't know if you have heard that.
Exactly. That's my
Yeah.
point. It's not just this. You're right. It's not just regular crime. That's what
Yes.
makes it ethnic cleansing.
Yes.
Because you are trying to wipe out an ethnic group from a particular location and
Yes.
replace them with other people. So you are instilling not just criminality, but you are instilling a systemic eradication, annihilation, and fear. That's why you are burning people so they can because you see, if you just buy somebody and leave their body, their family can come and go and bury them.
Yeah.
But if you burn them, their family trauma, their family will be instilled, that community will be instilled with fear. That is the point.
And another thing I've noticed is,
And they will even tell you, big picture,
Yeah.
let me even go further. They will tell you that the land originally belonged to them because under the Sokoto Caliphate, they conquered the land. So they are not taking your land, they are reclaiming their own land.
Wow.
That's even how you know that it is really intentional ethnic cleansing. They will tell you we cannot be cleansing anybody because it is land that originally belonged to us. This is all the language of genocide. This is the language of genocide. That's the language of ethnic cleansing. This is not the language of tribal conflict or any other thing they say. No, this is genocide, ethnic cleansing going on. It's not until it reaches 2, 5, 6 million like Congo or 2, 3 million like Darfur. No, it starts small. And it's never the officials of any government that is sitting down supporting it. They never use their own soldiers, their own police to do it. It's always other people, so they can say it's not us. Go ahead.
Yeah, and something I've noticed is that like they are moving forward. From Jonathan time, it was just the North they were invading. Then the 8 years of Buhari, that over 63,000, even I don't know, 63,000 people died. They have been going forward. Now they are now at the middle belt. And it seems this government,
And even Southeast, somebody was talking about Enugu,
small.
somebody has talked about Abia, somebody was talking about South,
yes,
Delta, Edo. They are already infiltrating Ondo State.
but their main focus now is to infiltrate the middle belt completely. And people who think they are safe at home, I'm sorry to say, if these people can infiltrate this middle belt, everywhere is next. But something I have to say is about the protection. It seems, how you said we need to do something about something like there will be a societal change. How do you think? Do you think it's through a protest we can actually hold Tinubu's throat?
I think it has to be multiple effort, multiple things. It's not just protest.
Like
It
what?
is speaking out. It is educating yourself. It is holding the president accountable. It is educating other people. It is mobilizing. It is organizing. So it is not going to be just one thing alone. Holding this president accountable cannot just be, oh, you just protest one day and leave it alone. It has to be a continuous process.
But sometimes, it seems the president that 27 election that is ready to do anything to please these same people he knows, because it seems he sees those people, those Fulani, as having
Okay, so why do you think the
vote.
president is going to? Well, let me ask you a question, big picture. Why do you think the president is going to Benue? Why do you think he's traveling to Benue?
The only reason he's traveling to Benue is because he realized everybody is on his neck now.
Aha!
And
pause right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. So are you telling me that if everybody gets on his neck, he can actually force him to do something? Because everybody here, not everybody, but a lot of people have been saying, this president will not do anything, we can't do anything. Now you are saying he's only going there because we are on his neck.
Okay, he's going there. What exactly is he going there to
No. Just pause right there. No.
Yeah,
before we get to what exactly is he going to do, just pause right there. My point to you is that you just said he's only going there because everybody is on his neck, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so this means that if we educate ourselves on what the solutions and structural systems changes that we want are, we can get on his neck and pressure him to do something. Can we not?
Yeah, we can in some way.
Exactly. I'm not saying it will be successful. I'm not saying how long it will take. I'm just saying we cannot dismiss it and act like, oh, nothing will work. We can't do anything. This president does not listen. It's not true. This president is susceptible to pressure, and he has shown it. This is the first time he's ever gone to this kind of place since he's been president, and it's because of the pressure. So that means we actually have power to put pressure on his neck.
And don't forget that this same president we are talking about is trying as much as possible to make sure this kind of case doesn't come out to the media, so we won't be able to pressure him. The only reason this case came out like this is because of the activist VDM that showed
exactly. So that means there need to be more people that call him out, that stand with people like VDM that call him out. That means our voices need to be louder. It doesn't mean you back down and act like it's an impossible task.
Well,
and go and find a shakabula knife at the back of your bedroom. I'll train yourself how to use it, or call Mr. William to teach you how to be a muscular guy to go into the. No, I mean,
I'll say an average Nigeria don't actually care about.
No, there's a difference. The average Nigerian. Let's look at what we know about the average Nigerian. The average Nigerian is struggling to put 1 meal on the table. So because of that, right? When they wake up in the morning, they are pursuing 1 meal that they are trying to get. Their cost of food, cost of electricity, cost of fuel, standard of living has gone up. Their currency has been devalued 245%, which means the salary they are getting is buying less. So their primary concern is just trying to survive. So the few Nigerians that are able to need to be the ones that continuously be on the neck of this president. We cannot give up that fight and just say, no matter what we do, the president will not care. The president will not respond.
You know what
when we are watching
can do for me that'll make me happy?
Putting pressure and the president is responding. Do you get my point?
I get your point. You know what thing that Tinubu can do for me that will make me happy?
You said what?
one thing that Tinubu can do for me that will make me happy about this insecurity
What can Tinubu do for you to make you happy?
should be the military. The military should kill these people. Sorry,
Okay. You spy.
To find these people on sites. And anybody that is trying to make any state that is trying to do a correction center for these people, that the governor that is sponsoring it, the agency that is sponsoring it, like I don't know what he will do, should go to prison or something. They should face the wrath. That's something he can do for us. That okay, I'll say our president is working on this security issue. That's one thing he can do. Because I think recently, same Castina State have they put I think about 300, I don't know if it's 300 Boko Haram or Fulani that they are trying to put into recorrection center. These same people, they are putting them back into our military. So this thing is looking like a game, and maybe an APC game or something, because I just don't understand. I don't know. You said we should choke our president, but this president is dancing to their tune.
Okay, thank you, big picture. Thank you. Right. Let's go. Thank you. Mr. Balarabe.
Mr. Tai, before he speaks, I would like us to power tap. Let's do some housekeeping.
Okay.
It's been more than 1 hour.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and do some housekeeping, everyone. Let's power tap. Let's go ahead and share the live. There's a share button at the bottom of the screen. Please tap on the screen. Be active in the comment section. We have our gifting and subscription goal. Help us out with that. All right. As we power tap, it helps to boost the platform. So just tap on the screen, tap on my forehead. If you don't follow me, click on the follow button so you know when we go live and when we post brand new content. We do have a video that we just posted. So go check out that video. That video is trending right now. So go check it out. Thank you so much, Dean Dwight, for reminding me. Mr. Balarabe, go ahead, sir.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. I had different views from different people, which I really appreciate this platform. So my issue is, instead of thinking of fine, that is unaliving, retaliating, and other thing, please, let's look for a way forward. What do we do? Because some people are agitated as if they are happy over what happened, or they want this thing to be occurred again. No, we don't want this thing. Nobody is happy over what had happened. So, and we don't want it to happen again. So why are you saying that somebody should have gun, somebody should have GUN, somebody should have a knife, somebody should? Why? We want to put an end to this thing. If we can use prayers, if we can use techniques, if we can use whatever means of putting an end to this thing, that is our own. We are Nigerians, and most of this Fulani you are talking of, they were in Benue State since before 1960, which means they are indigenous too. You cannot take them out of Benue. They are indigenous too. You cannot take them out of Nigeria.
Balarabe, a lot of people are saying that Karen, one of the people that was in Plateau, said these acts are not being committed by the indigenous Fulani people. She even said yesterday that they can tell the difference between these Fulani people and the indigenous Fulani, that these are not the indigenous Fulani people that live there.
No,
That's
this
what
is suspicious. This is suspicious.
And it's not just her. A couple of people have said that based on the language, based on how they look, they don't look like they are native to that area.
Okay.
So that's why I've always said that this is not a situation of the indigenous Fulani people in that location. I know there are some things that we say on this platform that don't fit the narrative, right? Everybody would like to think that this is all Fulanis and all of them have gathered in one meeting and they are all coming for the South. First of all, there's different, even among Fulanis, there's different types of Fulanis, right? A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know that there are Fulani who settle down, and there are some who don't settle. And then a lot of people don't know that sometimes these acts are committed by Fulani people from outside the country who are not even Nigerian. So people get it mixed up and say, hey, they are all Fulani. It's their brothers. If you are Yoruba, you have an ancestral connection to the Yoruba people in Benin, right? But it doesn't mean that you are not in two separate countries. If you are Hausa, you have an ancestral connection to people in Niger,
Sudan.
but it doesn't mean that you are in the same country. If you are Igbo, you have an ancestral connection to the Igbos in Equatorial Guinea and some of them in Cameroon. It doesn't mean you are the same country. They are still foreigners. So that, I know sometimes when I say that, it doesn't, you see, look at this, and stop romancing them. It's not about romancing them. I have experienced this myself. When herdsmen, when some Fulani and Hausa herdsmen attacked my farm, it was Meyeti Allah, the local Meyeti Allah, and Fulani that lived in that community along with some security forces, local security, that all of us got them out of the community. So I can now dissolve Fulani. It's not.
Okay, you see,
no, it doesn't mean
let me finalize my you see, all these are agitation and suspicion, because right from the word go, Benue is a place where there were ethnic clashes, even within themselves, talk less of outsiders. So in this case, you hardly know or differentiate who is who. So I will not say much. Thank you very much for my.
That's why I said, Balarabe, from the beginning, that what we need is local and regional policing. The local people know who are the people committing this crime. They know the people. They know how to fish them out. So if you empower our local and regional state police, they will get rid of them. This thing will not be complicated. You and I may not know the difference between a Fulani that lives in that place or that came from outside. But the people that live there know. There's no confusion. XC Sub, where are you streaming from?
Yeah, I'm streaming from Kebbi.
All right, go ahead with your summation.
Sorry, I'm sitting outside and there seems to be a little bit of noise from the background. Sorry about that.
Don't worry, go ahead.
And I want to, please, if you would allow me, I just want to take 3 to 5 minutes to lay out my distance, because I have listened keenly. Particularly, I love partially the argument of Williams. And Mr. Tai, I've been off, but there is something you once said when I was mostly a regular on your show that I totally disagree even back then, and I still disagree with it. We are of the opinion that some of us that actually think the military outperformed the crop of, I would say, crop of kleptomanics we have right now in the name of Democrats are not right, thinking that the military should take back control of power. And I am from Benue State. And as I speak to you right now, my village have been completely overrun by the by this marauding I don't want to call them herders because I actually believe it's way, way bigger, much, much bigger than titling it some Fulani people out there. Number one, the local herders can't, and I will repeat, can't operate the level of sophisticated weapon you see with these people. Write this thing. It shows a group of people that have been carefully trained, armed, and have an agenda, and they are following a strategic agenda. It's not a point of some local people fighting over lands or trying to do this thing. That's just a face. It's a facade presented by society and the government to so that the minds of the people will be channeled there why they totally continue in their act and achieve their point. I would say this. Number one, if I were to do this thing, number one, I am one of those who agitate that the country should scrap this useless thing called the National Youth Service, military service, a compulsory 2-year military service. Take a look at the Nigerian population. How many people do we have in the country? Over 200 million. Of that 200 million, how many are graduates? Less than 3 million of the Nigerian population are graduates, are university graduates. So you say of those, of a population of over 200 million, only 30, that is 1/10 of that population should serve the country? How is that reasonable? Every citizen should serve the country. Take away this rubbish called NYSC, replace it with compulsory military service. Any marauding militia coming to attack a village that they know the youth there have been trained in handling arms will think twice to do that. They won't do it. The reason is that if you listen to some of the submission presented by one of the northern elites from Kano, Hajia Najatu Usman, she said in her conversation with Tinubu before he took over presidency, she inquired of him how he was going to settle the situation, the security situation in the north. And he blatantly told her that if he tried to attack the situation, he would be killed. That was his response. He have never come out once to denounce that statement from her, to falsify that statement from her. And in all the crises happening, not once have the president shown any concern. One of the reasons that made me to come online, I just felt, okay, my mind just told me that time must be discussing something relative to this situation. And I sat alone and was analyzing the current scenario. Go online and see. There is a kind of schism between Nigerian citizens, a dichotomy between Nigerian citizens. Those who identify with Christianity are somewhat supporting Israel over their senseless attack of the Iranian nation. Those who identify with Muslims as Muslims are supporting Iran's retaliation. Why the number of people that died in the last 10 years of the APC government is more than the total casualties sustained in Palestine? The reason is that the life of the Nigerian is totally valueless. Totally valueless. Do I think the military is complicit in the current crisis? Of course, yes, they are. One can sit and doubt. And when you look at when Balarabe, the last speaker, was speaking, you can clearly see that he sympathizes with the marauding Fulanis. Basically, why? Because he was opposed to the locals defending themselves. This is what we have as the major problem. We are simply dices on the chessboard, and these people have turned us have played us around the way they want, and they will continue to play us around the way they want. Why? Because everything is always divided along ethno-religious sentiment. This is where we have a problem. My village, as I speak to you, is overrun by these people. And people, when you start talking, people are telling you Fulani herders. The population of Fulani, according to the census conducted by this state, is about 3%. That is why it is recognized as House of Fulani. You add it up to the 50% of the houses, which make up 33% of the Nigerian population, according to the census figures under to the National Statistic, what do we call it? Agency under Jonathan. If you separate them as a single entity, they are about 3%. Now, based on the same statistic, if you separate the thief population alone, I'm not talking of Benue State, the thief population alone is placed at 6%. So how do those things overrun these same people? Only if the whole thing is a conspiracy of the military. The last time Bill Gates, there was this, what do we call it? This medical doctor that said they are rounding up farming communities across Nigeria. And I took a map of the insecurity in Nigeria, and I noticed that all the areas being attacked are agrarian areas. If you are in Kebbi, if you are in Sokoto, if you are in Borno, if you are anywhere in Nigeria, go and check where are the areas being attacked. They are agrarian areas. Because over the years in Nigeria, whether the president was a bad president or a good president, the locals never really felt it. Why? Because they survived on agriculture. The only time we have started feeling the heat from a president that have absolutely no plan, we have never had a president with any idea, of course, but the only time we felt the heat is under Tinubu, because you have ransacked all the agrarian areas, food prices have catapulted, everything is not affordable to the masses anymore. They didn't need the economic market as discussed. Someone was talking about fuel subsidy. How do you subsidize something that is naturally occurring? If fuel needs to be subsidized, why are you not subsidizing air and water? Why are you not subsidizing air and water? Because there is absolutely no direct human dependency on it. That's just it. This whole idea of subsidy is a total criminal, it's a fallacy in itself. It's a criminal empire. Nothing. The government don't need to subsidize nothing. Fuel in Nigeria should not be more than 100 naira per liter. Everybody know that. But the whole idea is to create that sense, that feeling, that stupid mentality of dependency on the government, so they will direct our life, think for us, act for us, behave for us, simply monitor all of our activities and direct the way we think. That's the only thing. I think if the government is really serious, I don't think Tinubu going to my state would have any impact on the security. In fact, probably while he's in the state, an attack will be going on. His going there is totally irrelevant, totally useless. It's just a political move that is occasioned by the fact that people called him out for being silent. And it will have zero value on the security situation in the state. The only thing I think he is doing is simply responding to the politics. But if you really have a situation, if you have a distance, every country in Africa that was battling the same situation and have been overtaken by a military government, the situation have reduced by more than 50%. Every country in Africa, it's statistically proven, whether we like to believe it or not. Nigeria, the democratic, if the military have not lost its senses, by now, let me not say lost its senses, let me simply say that the military today is what? It's a facade. It's not more than a vigilante. If they were not that, I can tell you for free that by now we should have been under a military rule. You can't have this level of insecurity and you are declaring a state of emergency on political matters when people are dying, and then you are simply patting the back of the governor and then moving ahead. The whole scenario is just a circus. We all know that. We can keep defending it, keep talking about it, keep yakking all the rubbish we want to yak about it. But as long as we don't implement far-reaching strategies to curtail it, this will become our present and future reality. That's just
Okay,
a fact.
sir.
Thank you.
I gave you over your 5 minutes. Can you please wrap?
I want to ask him a question.
Hey. All right, go ahead.
Yes, I'm here. I'm with you.
Yeah, Mr. Z, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm listening.
Okay. I love your submission, but there is something you said that I just want to understand. You said if you're the president.
Okay.
Okay, let's
Yes.
just say there is no restructuring and there is no state policing for now. You say you were going to make NYSC. Yeah, you will scrap the normal 1 year NYSC and make it 2 years.
Yes.
Military training. So my question
Compulsory
is this.
military service. Yes.
Exactly. After the
Yes.
compulsory military training, will they be given arms to
Yes.
go home and wait for bandits to come? Or will they use their hands to fight the bandits because they have military background? How do we put
Okay.
them, or do you expect the
Okay.
government to employ them?
Okay. Let me tell you something. The psychological knowledge of a prepared mind, the fear of the psychological knowledge of a prepared mind have greater fear to it than arms. I want you to know that. When you know someone is armed, well more trained than you, a ragtag army, you are always afraid. And I want you to go and check historically. There is absolutely no country on earth with compulsory military service as their distant pattern, as opposed to this rubbish called NYSC, that have internal insurgency. Not a single one. North Korea don't have it. Israel don't have it. No country with compulsory military service have internal insurgency, because you know you are facing people as aggressive, if not more aggressive than you are. The idea is, I think currently the politicians are saying there should be proliferation of arms, where Nigerians can apply for licenses, buy and acquire arms like they do in other advanced countries. But 99% of insecurity within the township is caused by politicians. It is caused by their talks. Everybody knew that. Under
Mr.
the
Z.
military have no such talks.
Mr. Z.
Our politicians arm talks. Okay, I'm with you. Sorry.
Saying, but my simple question is,
Yes.
if I have a military background and the country, the constitution doesn't allow us to carry
Mr. Tayo,
out.
I'm sorry to come up.
How do we go about
I'm very, very
it if
sorry.
we don't have
I'm
a
very, very
necessary
sorry to come
structural-
up. I'm highly disappointed in Mr. Tayo. Mr. Tayo, I'm disappointed in you, highly disappointed. I've never come on your live before. I used to listen to your programs. But today, I'm highly disappointed in Mr. Tayo for the speech he made. I'm totally, let me use that word, angry. Because Mr. Tayo was here romancing this situation where people have been unalived by the Fulanis. And then Mr. Tayo was busy saying, no, it's not the indigenous ones. So, okay, you want to tell me now that the people, the ones that are not indigenous, when they came in from...
Sorry,
you
meant to say estimate.
Mr. Highly disappointed. Hold on. Hold on. Just mute. You can be, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 people ahead of you. So take your disappointment, put it in a bag, tie it. We'll get to it. Because you are disappointed doesn't mean you get to jump the line. Let them finish. So pocket your disappointment. when they finish their discourse, they can talk, and then you can express your
No,
disappointment
no,
after.
let me speak, Mr. Tayo. Let me
No, you
speak
don't
off my
get to.
mind because
No,
I'm
no,
total.
no.
Let me
Let me take
finish.
it down first. Let me explain how the life works. You've been here long enough. If you're highly disappointed, you can be disappointed. It's your right. But people are having a conversation. You don't intercept because your disappointment supersedes their conversation. There's 1, 2, 3 people ahead of you.
But
So pocket your disappointment, write it down, send a request. I will bring you up. I will engage you in your disappointment. I am telling you my own experience. I cannot lie just because it will massage you and make you feel better. Do you understand? These issues, I cannot feed into your own narrative. I've said it before. I'm probably one of the few people that actually has a farm that has been attacked by these people. And I said it before on this live, and I will say it again. Every single person that attacked us on the farm was not even Fulani. It doesn't mean that both things can be true. You need to expand your knowledge. One of the reasons on this platform that I bring people that are on the ground to speak, because I don't just want to echo what everybody else is saying and echo narratives of this person, So when that thing happened, I'm going to repeat it again so you can package your disappointment very well to express it and come back. You can come back, send a request, I'll bring you back. This is what happened. It was the local Fulani people, the local Meyetiala, and the local regional force that helped us, coordinated to get rid of these people. That was my experience. It doesn't mean that that's what happens everywhere. I'm just telling you, yesterday, Mr. Highly Disappointed, we had somebody that lives in Plateau that said, no, these people are different. We know, because they don't look the same. So, Mr. Highly Disappointed, package your disappointment, come back and express it. Nobody's massaging anything here. Sometimes you have an agenda, and when a narrative does not fit your agenda, then you get highly disappointed and people get animated. Some people, not you, Mr. Highly Disappointed, because you didn't introduce yourself, I don't know your name. Not you, Mr. Highly Disappointed. Some people want me to say, let us go and wipe out all the Fulani in Nigeria. Wipe out all of them, just cleanse all of them. That would be stupid. So, and I am telling you what people have reported and what I have seen and what I have experienced. Mr. Highly Disappointed. I'm not massaging anybody's ego. Send a request to Mr. Highly Disappointed. Right? So, no, nobody paid for their protection. So, understand what I'm saying. Again, come and express yourself. But let these people have their discourse. Let people get educated and let other people talk. And then you can come back and express your highly disappointment. Okay? All right. Send a request. I only took you down because I wanted to speak. But if you send a request, I will bring you up. You can be highly disappointed and we can have a conversation. I don't have a problem. So send a request, Mr. Highly Disappointed, if you come, and I will let you speak. Z and Dindu Ice.
Yeah, Mr. Sorry.
What are you talking
Okay,
about, Vibe Scope? You said that it before that you do. I don't understand what you're saying, Vibes. Go ahead, Z and
See, my question is,
yes,
if I have the military background, just like you said,
yes,
for 2 years, and the
yes.
Constitution doesn't permit me to carry arms to safeguard myself for self-defense, and the government are not doing the needful to restructure the security architecture in the country, how do we now integrate these people into, like, how does it work? Since I have my military background, but I don't have the GUN to fight these people when they come, or am I gonna fight them with?
Okay, Bindo. One thing I want you to understand is that the first line of defense for a country, for a community, for anything is the people. The people. It's not even the arms.
Okay,
In every community where these people have been to, and the community faced them, The community have a local vigilant that realize that these people have this sort of motives. And those local vigilantes somewhat faced them. And if they lose 1 or 2 casualties, what happens is there is this thing, you can search it online. There is this community that have been ransacked in Zamfara. When they went to the community was made of many vigilant people, and those vigilantes attacked them back, and they came back. They went and not just quadrupled their numbers, they came back after a week with over 300 people. The first attack, they came around 30, 40 people. When they went, they came back with over 300 people. Now, I want you to know something. The scenario, if you look at the Yelwater scenario in Benue State, Yelwater is a village. It's a village on the Makudi Abuja road, which is between Makodi and Lafia. It's a 90-kilometer distance. Now, this is the shock. That road have more than 40. There was a time I counted 48 police checkpoints on that road. 48. Which, if you put that into this thing, it's at least a checkpoint after every 2 kilometers. And they went somehow, people navigated with arms through this 2 kilometer of official security personnel lining the street, and went on a community that is situated on the street, attacked the community, and unalived over about 200 people. Then peacefully turned back and left in the direction they came. What do you think happened? I said it earlier that even a blind man can see through this thing, that it's not the ordinary Fulani herders that are roaming the street trying to guide their cattle that are doing this. They have a role they are playing.
Careful, oh. Somebody will come up now and tell you they are highly disappointed in you. They will come up now and tell you they are highly disappointed.
Mr. Tai,
are you sure, Mr. Z, are you sure you are from Benue?
Mr. Tai, I'm more than ready for that.
But he said
it has to be all the Fulani.
Mr. Tai, I'm more than ready for that.
Every Fulani you see is responsible. If you run into a Fulani, they are responsible for this. It has to be every single Fulani. Go ahead, sir.
Mr. Tai, you see, now that you say this, I'm going to tell you something. I am a strong advocate against jungle justice. I know under the Buhari presidency, when this problem started persisting, there was this person, Fulani people were finding it difficult to pass through Makodi, to use the Makodi axis to pass to transit around Nigeria. And there was this person that some Okada people removed from a running car, and they were about to unalive him. I sat there, I went, because I understand Hausa language very, very well. I went there and I told him, come on, how foolish are you? Are you even Fulani? I pretended and act like we were quarreling, and I turned and told them that this guy is not even Fulani. He's not even Fulani. You are just trying to kill him because you are trying to cause problem within the vicinity of the city when these people are having a structured agenda-based
and Mr. Z, you
following
see,
villages.
Mr. Z, sorry, let me explain something.
Yeah, thank you.
When you've been on the ground, right? When you've actually been on the ground in a community that has Fulani people that live there, and you've encountered these people with their cows, and you've encountered also attacks, you have a better understanding of this issue than people who have their own preconceived agenda, and they want to impose that agenda on this situation. right? It is not about romancing anything.
Now, Mr.
There is,
Tai, let me tell you something.
There are full and the part of
Mr. Tai.
just 1 second. The part of Nigeria I'm talking about was never conquered by the Sokoto Caliphate. So it was never a part of
course,
of the Sokoto Caliphate or owned. But there are Fulani people, just like there are Hausa people, just like there are Yoruba people, just like there are Igbo people, who decide to pick up and relocate outside of their ancestral home. And many times they have ties, they build a community, they speak the local language, they are now enshrined in that community. And typically with those kind of people, when there is an external threat, even if the threat comes from somebody from their own tribe, typically, not all the time, but in my own situation, they side with the local community. You know why? Because they eat, they feed, they sell, they interact. Sometimes they even marry in that community. So if somebody comes to burn something, you are burning their own house too. If somebody comes to commit a crime, you are committing a crime in their own place too. So that was the situation that I am describing. It's not about romancing anything. This is what happened. And a lot of times, that's what you are hearing Mr. Z describe. He is from Benue. Karen talked about the same thing. Benny talked about the same thing. People from Benue, people from Plateau, people from different parts, they are saying the same thing. So why is it that you are offended because I don't engage and say, oh, let me tell you something. Intelligent, intellectual people never use the language all people from this group, because we know that is not all.
Definitely.
And you cannot, one thing I learned from my own experience, you cannot fight an enemy when you make enemies of everybody. You have to isolate your enemy.
Definitely.
One of the reasons that I know that this government is not serious is because they are not trying to empower those who are able to deal with this matter. It is not complicated. It is not hard to solve. This is not the first region that you can solve this kind of thing. In fact, you don't even have to go far. I keep bringing this up. How did Amoteco deal with the Owo massacre? Why were there not several other massacres? Why were there not reprisal attacks by the Yoruba people on all the Hausa, all the Fulani people that live in that community? Because justice was served, and it was served swiftly and quickly by the people who lived in that community. If they are left it to soldiers, that situation would have escalated, because while the Amoteco had caught these people, soldiers were still arriving from Abuja to help secure the town. So if they are left it to the federal government, or they didn't have an option, there would have been reprisal attacks. Then there would have been another reprisal attack, and then we'll be dealing with a whole other story.
Definitely. That's why, Mr. Tai, the only Tinubu's policy that I actually support is the return to regional government. The center is too powerful. The Nigerian president is too powerful as an individual. So you can see a single statement from the president change the trajectory of our economy.
There are some that speak out.
A single statement. Subsidy is out. Change the trajectory of our economy. One thing, let's Mr. Bindu was saying.
Let's go to Jaja, because Jaja has been waiting for a while, and Karen is up here. Please, let's go to Jaja. We'll come back to you. So, Jaja, Miss Jaja, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead.
Good evening, Mr. Tai.
Mr. Disappointment, come back up. Oh.
Good evening, everyone. I'll continue to say this. Wherever we see these insurgencies, I think we're clueless to the reality of what is on ground. Right now, I want everybody to do their research based on my own findings. From bright, gypsum, limestone, coal, Choline, salt, lead, zinc, gold. In short, tantalite, bauxite, boronite coins, gemstones like topaz, aquamarine, and natural gas that has been unexplored, but illegal minings are happening. Now, let's go back to Zamfara State. From the moment we had that zinc poisoning that people died and people discovered there were gold, there was insurgency. Let's go back to the Niger Delta, where oil exploration became a thing, whereby the government was now, and then they recruited those that are part of the leadership in those communities. That is how it keeps on going on. We are the fools here sitting down, bickering and fighting based on religious differences or ethnicity. We are the fools here fighting for what we don't even understand because we don't go and do our research. Let me introduce myself. My name is Jamila Sidi Alice Rajo. I'm the daughter of a veteran journalist, late. And precisely, my father infiltrated a certain group of leadership called the elite mafia, as he called them. As a kid, I used to go and read things I was never meant to read, recordings I was never meant to record. We are governed by an elite mafia who happen to be a minority that from all parts of this country, whether we like it or not. The fact that education, I read in that document where my father said deliberately, they want education to fail us. Is it not happening? Because we will never know our rights to fight, defend, protect the Constitution, or how to even make them account for what is going on. My father was called a madman. Mr. Tai, I sent you something on DM. It became the moment you begin to speak the truth and expose what is going on, they attack you. There's an alarming pattern. Whoever decides to speak out on the rights or whatever is going on around us, you will see the pattern of where the attacks, it is a character assassination, it is legal abuse, left, right, and center, just to silence you. For how long, whether we like it or not, Nigeria is our home. Whether we like it or not, it's not about our differences anymore. It's about us sharing the same problems in different narratives. It's about us caring to have the boldness to stand up and speak out leadership. Leadership that has now believed that it owns us. It can dictate to us. It can turn us into zombies to follow us whatever it is they want while we suffer day in, day out. What happened to the humanity in us? What happened to the humanity of being our brother's keepers? How inhuman and senseless can we be to wake up and see another human being die just like that? Women, children, people innocent because they cannot defend themselves. This recent case of Benue State, it has been happening for so long. It took very dark man, one individual that they've been persecuting, to take and carry this story. What happened to the media? Oh, I remember. It was deliberately. This is how they dismantled the NUJ because it used to checkmate all these media houses. What happened to the NUJ? All of a sudden, it has been dismantled. Now, media houses are being privatized. Now, the journalists are supposed to be on ground doing investigative journalism. They cannot do it because, hey, they're under a leash. They have to be careful. We, the people, have so much power within us that we don't even know. At this time, we are to be blamed for what is happening to our people. And as long as we don't understand, I'm Fulani, and you do not tell me that I'm a bad person. But there's one thing we all should remember. As I said that day, go back to what Ghana said. Who is Ghana? We all know who Ghana is in Benue. He was giving how much to recruit Fulanis from where outside the country to come and do what? What is the motive behind all these killings? And live, I went into a live whereby these bandits, these terrorists are coming out to talk to people and say, check your government, we're in cahoots with them. It is out there. Do your research and you'll be shocked. There are videos of Fulanis with tankers, armored tanks. How is the mobility of these armored tanks and weaponry going on without... who is the Minister of State and why are they not being fired? Why are they not being fired? They give us sleepless nights, we that have empathy inside of us. How can you sleep at night knowing someone was fired? Those would have been our own children. They have private jets. They've concentrated on buying private jets for themselves so that if they scatter area for us, they can leave the country, dual citizenship, and leave us to burn to the ground. And then later come back as heroes of our time trying to rescue our nation. For how long will you keep on living in this bubble? The one question, all those agitating, we have been marginalized, we have this. Who told you that everybody has not been marginalized? Look, the battle now we are facing is between the elites and the very poor that they've made us. In all truth. And it takes courage to come out and speak out. All those that will bring flimsy excuses, accuse the innocent ones. It's the innocent ones that are always the victims. Are you at the forefront of this? Have you done your research? Are you there? Do you have witnesses? We now have a judiciary that does not care. We now have institutes that don't care about anybody but themselves and to serve the government in power. It's all about what can I gain? But has it taken us anywhere? We are more in number. We the people, we the governed. If they say they claim this is democracy, then our own democracy in this country has taken a different narrative. It is democracy of the elites, by the elites, and for the elites. And the fact we are speaking out, social media is soon going to be under attack because they are not happy about speaking out about this. I claim to be detribalized because my father taught me to be detribalized. I don't care where you come from, what religion. If today they were asked, I was asked, how are we going to divide this country? The good Nigerians, the progressive to one side, the bad ones to another side. Let's share it into half and see if things will not be better for us. I will not sit down here and be told because I'm not Igbo, I'm not this, I'm not that people from that side will have to die, have to suffer. For what? For what? Are we not clueless? Is this the future we are going to leave behind for our children? Bickering and fighting over things that will never favor us. When they are whining and dining, do you see any differences amongst them? It's a question. Their children practically go to the same school abroad, not in Nigeria. They patronize hospitals outside the country, not inside this country. They might have their political differences, but they're one in one together. And we, the mumus, the Sidon look, the zombie nation that follow the sheep. Where is the leadership in what we are doing to ourselves? I'm sorry, Mr. I talk out of passion. If they like, they can say I'm a woman. They can say whatever. But when it comes to emotions, we need to have empathy towards what is going on with all of us in this country. Whether we like it or not, being Nigerians, we should begin to think Nigerian. It's not about our tribes anymore, or our religious difference or political affiliations. We came into this world out of our mother's womb as human beings first, whether we like it or not. So we need to, whether we like it or not, stand up and rescue our nation for ourselves, because there's no place like home. For those that are in diaspora, is it easier there for you? How do you feel not living in your motherland or your fatherland? How do you feel being given, treated the way you are treated? But the system works there. Why can't we bring it back here? Our voices matter, whether they like it or not. And we cannot continue fighting and bringing excuses when the narrative is clear. We are all victims. And this change we are clamoring for has to begin from you and I, whether we like it or not. That is all I have to say, Mr. Tai.
Thank you. After somebody in the comment section will say, I've never heard any Fulani person speak out against the violence. That is a Fulani person. Another Fulani person was here the other day. A Fulani person is one of my moderators. He has spoken out against the violence. You see, we need to be more, I don't want to abuse anybody. Let me not abuse anybody. I'm trying to be nice. My pastor said I should be nice. So, Karen, Karen, go ahead.
You say you don't follow Pastor Abi.
They say I should be nice. They say I should be nicer. I'm trying to be nicer.
All right.
Go ahead.
In
Mr.
fact,
I
Jaja
offended
has
you. What
said,
did you even say? Mr. You are disappointed. Come up. Oh. Send the request.
disappointed.
Disappointed. Come up. Oh. All right, go
Jaja
ahead.
has said everything. In fact, she has painted the whole thing. What I was trying to give an example of what she was saying was, the truth is they are not all the same. That is just the plain truth. We can just out of anger want to say we are accusing all of them, right? But that is it. They are not all the same. Because I still know of good Fulani people that were living close to my grandma's that time when I was still a child. You understand? And you know the thing is just a practical thing. Like even us, do you understand? You get sometimes where you won't do something, you will not sit down do meeting. One person go tell you say my hand no deal. You understand what I'm saying? It's still the same thing with them when they say come, let's join hand and attack these people. You get some way go say my hand no day. But do you know what those people are actually going through in the hands of those ones that are coming for us? And so one lady from Benue said they wrote a letter. That is the truth. Every time they are coming to do an attack, they write letters. They send letters. They will tell you the places they are coming. It's just that we don't know the day they are coming. But just be rest assured, most of the times they come is Saturday and Sunday. I have sat down and I've checked this thing critically. I'm talking about like here in Jos. If you hear say they tie more than 30 people, now on Sunday they can't run that thing. And the truth is we have to still tell our people to check our lifestyle. You understand? Nobody is saying after you work from Monday to Saturday, you should not enjoy your money. But most of us will not drink to stupor on Sunday. You go sleep, forget yourself. So if they do papa, you know they even they hear. So all of it is a collective thing. They ask, I was confirm we had the thing they talk the thing. As in they will 40 this time now, people have to go really hard on these people. Because I was reading where they said the governor of Benue State, his memo for tomorrow, there will be you will go and carry canopy and go and put outside and be talking plenty talk. The people don't need all of these things. They don't really need it. Just like Peter Obi said in your first when you were reading the news out, he said you should go to where there was flood. I think in one of the northern states, right? There was massive flood. Do you know that people lost their lives there last month? Niger State. People lost their lives there last month or early this month. But did you see it on the news? No. I think we need to still drag the media too, because they're not doing their jobs. They just sit down and they wait for us to go and carry their issues from. What happened to that time when something is happening? You see them everywhere, and then they run. They ask you, okay, come and tell us what has happened. Or they will interview people. Now all of this thing doesn't happen. They come to social media and take lies. And I'm still saying that, please, most of us who are here, if you bump into any social media platform that is telling you what it is not, please let's use our number 6. They are still trying to instigate people among themselves. Like somebody was trying to say that the person is actually in Benue as we speak. He told me this thing today. He said, do you know that they are instigating us among ourselves now? Now they are claiming that Benue that we're talking, that Yelwata we're talking about, that it is under Nasarawa State, not Benue. So the thing wants to start bringing too much jiggy. People want to start talking. Now, if, for instance, the president comes and he hears that these people are having disagreement because of land, because of boundary between Nasarawa people and the Benue people, you see saying go say, oh, okay, I've succeeded. Please, we should be very careful. Anything wey go cause disagreement this period between tribes, between political, I don't know, whatever it is, even if we have to give our points politically, please, we are not supposed to fight each other. Let's know that we against them. We against the government. Because when we face the government, these people will go once and for all. I think that should be my summation for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Mr. King. Mr. King Black. Go ahead and unmute yourself, sir. King Black. King Black, you press the save button so you can see.
He's sleeping.
All right, I don't think he's there. You see, Mr. I'm disappointed in Thai. You would have spoken now. If you're still here, you can come and express your disappointment. Mr. Dindu Eyes,
Yeah, Mr.
there's something interesting that Z was proposing when he was talking about, what was he talking about? When I was talking about mandatory military service.
Okay, yeah, military training.
Yeah, mandatory military service.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't quite understand how mandatory military service helps us with this problem.
Exactly the question I was asking him. I wanted him to talk about it more so I can just get.
Because are you saying you want people to serve forever? Like what happens? I'm a little bit off on his explanation.
As an engineer, I graduated as an engineer from the university. As a medical doctor, I graduated. Look, I have military background. How am I to help in fighting the insecurity if there is no restructuring in the security apparatus? Or after
Mr. Williams, I know where you stand. You, Mr. Williams, we are sending you and 5 people to eliminate Boko Haram. So I know where you stand. I understand your point, but the solution is not. I mean, look. The truth about it is the idea of NYSC is actually not a bad idea.
It's for unity.
The way they implement it in the system is terrible, but the concept is not a bad idea.
Yeah.
The concept on its own is not bad. You can tweak it and I'm not. I mean. But I don't like mandating something. I just don't like the idea of demanding that people have to serve in the military. Why? Because typically what happens is the children of poor people that end up in serving.
Exactly.
The rich people will get exception for their children.
And now with the way the thing is going, 2 months ago, the military came to Southeast. They were begging the youths to join military. Now the youths are they don't even have the zeal to join the military because they feel that this is a trap you're setting for us to unalive us. So if after graduating, I'm supposed to be in the office working, you're telling me to come and stay and start saving myself.
And I was even going to correct him when he said countries with mandatory military service don't have insurgency. People don't realize that Hamas, that Israel is fighting, is not a foreign insurgency.
Exactly.
Turkey has compulsory military service. They also have insurgency. Russia has mandatory military service. They have insurgency in Chechnya, in Dagestan, and all this. Eritrea has compulsory military service. They also have insurgency. Burma, I can go on and on. So I don't understand where he was coming from. Mr. King, are you there now? Mr. King B, King Black. Unmute, sir. Just press the save button. Okay, Mr. King. Sorry, Mon. Your village people don't want you to talk. Mr. Clinton.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Tai.
Yes, sir. Where are you streaming from?
I'm streaming from Port Harcourt.
Port Harcourt. All right. All right. Are you also want to express your great disappointment in me?
No, I don't have a problem with you, Mr. Tai.
All right, go ahead with the information. I don't have a problem with the man and him expressing it. I just had a problem with him interrupting the people that wanted to talk. And look, you cannot take us. Everybody's not going to agree with me. That's okay. It's all right. I'm old enough that I can handle disagreements. So if he wants to come up and never speak again, he can come up. He might be listening on the FYP, or he might even DM me. People like that end up DMing me.
First, I will start with Miss Jaja. Oh boy, this woman's words. I won't lie. The way she sounded, to be honest, she spoke a lot that was really an eye opener. I really did not really take notice of it, that the media doesn't really like tell the truth anymore like it used to be. It has completely changed, and most of them has actually been privatized, or or the word she used. Yeah, yeah, it's true. I've noticed it. You don't hear the true stories again from the news. You hear the true stories from TikTok and Facebook, and it's very bad. That I'm meant to be getting first-hand news instead of from the news channels, but I'm getting it from social media. Then outside that, there was the guy that talked about compulsory military service. Mr. Tai, to be honest, the compulsory military service is not a bad idea, I won't lie. But here's how it actually works. It's going to work in a way whereby the people who actually are coming for this compulsory military service are being taught the basics of taking care of yourself and handling your your immediate activity, meaning you will be taught the basic of military service. That's weapon handling, hand-to-hand combat, physical training, and all that. You understand? The essence of this is just to like eliminate that idea of fear. It's just like you said, even in the course of whereby, okay, yes, a place is being attacked, and probably there's a way of maybe it happens that, okay, yes, the citizens are being able to like acquire weapon at that time. They should be able to like defend themselves. I'm not advising that the government should leave the idea of defending the citizens. So, but I went to a military school, and before I went to a military school, I won't lie to you, I was I would say I was that kind of child that anybody could bully, you understand? But after going through military school and surviving the ethics and the stress that the personnel could put me through, I don't think I was able, like, I don't think people could like easily bully me anymore, because I was able to stand my ground, even going to university. The courses and all that, I could clearly tell them how I feel or what I feel or how to maneuver my way through things in university. Why? Because at that time, going through military school and coming out, I was a bit tough and strong-headed. You understand? So it's not really a bad idea for people to actually like have that 2 years military service instead of going through camp, because even the idea of going to service, a lot of people don't actually like really participate in it. And whether the wealthy people want to partake in that military service or not, to me, it's advisable that even if I was a politician and I had a child, I would advise my child to actually take on that military, what they call it, that military service. It's going to actually make the child tough too, in essence. But to be honest, what is going on in the country is really troubling. And for the young people too, it's very, very mind blowing. You understand? I know you don't advocate on the idea of people going after the politicians, but it's not really a bad idea. Oh. These people are doing us dirty. I won't lie. I won't lie. These people are doing us real dirty. So
Mr.
that's just
Clement,
it. Yeah.
question.
Violence begats violence. You know what that means?
That's true. I understand.
You live
I
by
clearly
the pew
understand.
pew, you'll be unalived by the pew pew.
True. That's true. That's very
Never
true.
before in the history of mankind has the initiation of violence to carry out a revolution, right? Never. It has never happened when people have initiated violence to carry out a revolution. Never has that come, that as the result been not the perpetuation of the violence. Because even when the revolutions were successful, there had been so much violence, there needed to be a healing period from the violence. Let me give you an example. The last time there was a young man below the age of 30, gathered some of his friends and decided that, you know what? We are tired of these Nigerian politicians. We want to do something. That young man, unalived, coordinated some soldiers, went to buy some politicians. That young man, his actions will eventually lead to a civil war. One of the worst civil wars in the history of Africa. The first time an African nation in any part of the world where two groups in an African country were using modern day weapons to fight each other. Nigeria has that record because of that one man that wanted to carry out revolution and wanted to do it violently. So it's not just because, no. It's because it does not work. And even when it does appear that the revolution has worked because of violence, you will still need decades to heal and decades to reconcile and decades and the trauma to get over that violence. So violence is not self-defense. If somebody is coming to buy you and you defend yourself, that's different. But trying to organize to buy a few politicians, where does it end? Where does it end? That's my point.
The idea here is this. They say what a young person can stand and look, he might not see it better than what the elder ones will sit down and see. So I really appreciate what you said. I never thought of that part of it, you understand? I only thought of
it's because you young people sometimes, I'm not insulting you, this is just science. Sometimes your brain is not fully developed to understand the full consequences of your actions.
True, that's very true.
I was like that before. So sometimes, because, and that's why young people are very good for starting revolutions. Because they don't think about the consequences. And sometimes when you are starting a revolution, you don't need someone that would think about it. Because when you have a soldier that you send to war, you don't need him to be thinking about the bullet coming to buy his head. You need him to just go. That's why a lot of young people end up in the army.
But
you don't see old men going to the front line of the army.
Like what he said there, please, I'm just thinking out loud though. If, not like actually following all the politicians, right? If they touch one person, just one, don't you think it will not make them feel, this thing is coming close to everyone?
But Karen, you see, the reason no politician has been fired or kidnapped is because the government is involved in this thing. I mean, think about it. When was the last time you heard that there was a House of Rep member, that there was a senator whose daughter, whose child, or there was, it doesn't happen, it doesn't touch them.
Yeah.
How is that possible? Because first things first, most of the times you have, if your state is insecure, you either have the greatest amount of security or you don't even spend most of your time in the state. You know that I'm not going to mention the governors, but there was a governor who, out of his entire in a year, the governor spent about 6 months somewhere else, in another state. 6 months out of every year of his term, the governor spent in another state. He didn't even stay in his own state. And he was governor for 2 terms. I won't mention the governor.
And may hand just touch one person. If hand touch one person or his family, as in they go read, think and say, these people are actually coming hard or not. So
now you talk and don't be me. Somebody type this in.
I really appreciate it. I think I will drop down now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Clinton.
Mr. Clinton, hold on.
Daja, go ahead. Let's go.
How is it that bandits in Katsina, we saw how that guy that openly came to say he has helped to guide people. All of a sudden, the governor is calling them for reconciliation. How is it that terrorists in Borno State are being rehabilitated, for crying out loud? Is a question. Now, the question I have, all these videos that these bandits are claiming and accusing, pointing fingers at people that are in power, being in cahoots with them. Why is it nothing is being done? Not too long ago in the past government, a boy came out to say, Madam, you chop belefu. They traced that boy up to the state he was, used taxpayers' money to use private jet, their jet to hijack the boy to take him to the villa to punish him. But they cannot trace where all these kidnappings, these banditries, and in short, these people, because they're illiterate, are really opening up to say, look, we are in cahoots with those in uniform. They are saying it. Why is it not happening? It's the likes of us that spoke out. Each of us are our own heroes, Mr. Tai. I went to chat GGBO, just Googled my name, and sure that I became a hero. Because one way or the other, we are fighting for something that matters, that we need change at. And you know, one thing that is painful, those that you are fighting for will not be here to support you at the long run. But it doesn't matter, because the end will always justify the means. We will die fighting, because there is no place like home. How is it that these people are getting away with it? They can't track them, they can't trace them. Me, say they trace me, ordinary me, will not be criminal, but they can't trace them. Does that make sense?
Good question. Let's go to Pretty Ella. Pretty Ella. Pretty Ella, press the save button to unmute. Pretty Ella, unmute to Pretty Ella.
Good morning, sir.
Pretty Ella.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Where is Ugly
Good morning,
Ella?
everybody.
Where is Ugly Ella? Because if you are Pretty Ella, it means there's Ugly Ella somewhere. All right, go ahead.
Okay, sir. Mr. Tai, yesterday I read the news and then I was like, I must come up to ask you, because you and some of these people that talks are just my newspaper. I don't go to the news because I don't get anything.
No, I should not be your newspaper. Oh, go to newspaper. Oh. Go ahead.
Mr. Tai, are you aware there is a politician that just said yesterday that he wants to do bandit reform? He wants to reform them, like he wants the bandits to reform them. I don't know how to put it to you, but he said that he wants to create an avenue where all these killers, he wants to gather them together and then reform them. Now, Mr. Tai, my question is this: you are not in support of violence. Anytime they bring violence, you clamp down against it. You said the person that kills by the gun, that kills with the gun, will be killed by the gun. By the gun, sorry. Now, let me ask you this. If somebody buys somebody by the gun, and then they now reform them, and then push them into the military, or push them into whatever they want to use them, because why they are doing this is they want to reuse them. It's like when you wear clothes, you wash it, you spread it, you reuse it again. Why is that person that buys somebody is now surviving? And then me, as the innocent person that they buy, I have not survived. And then when I want to take action, or when my family wants to take action against the person that is making the person that kills me survive, and you will now come out and say, Ella, no, we cannot do this, it cannot be violent, because these people are using 3 taxes: poverty, intimidation, and hunger. I know hunger falls in poverty, but I don't want to call it corruption, but it's actually poverty, hunger, and corruption, intimidation. So, Uncle, can you please tell me why they have the right to do it, and then we, the masses, cannot protect us? I just want them to just legalize gun, so that everybody, or not legalize it, that everybody can use, because my people will go carry on. I want them to create a Moteko in every state. Once there's
Ella, who they
Moteko
cry
in
there?
every
Who they
state,
cry there? Who they cry there?
it's not actually crying, it's hallucination she's having. It's one of my residents.
Okay.
She's having hallucination. So,
All right,
I'm so sorry for that.
Okay, you can mute. All right. That's a good question. I would just take it as a rhetorical question.
And then lastly, why is it that the Benue State government is doing military parade? Is it that they watched what they did for Trump and then they want to do it for Mr. President that is coming down on Wednesday when he has chance? Is it what they want to do? That's my second question.
Yeah, you are saying that the Benue State government, why are they celebrating the president coming to Benue? Because the governor has flushed half his brain inside the toilet now. So, you know, sometimes, the governor is taking Igbo. sometimes we think that these politicians care about us, right? You have to understand, the average Nigerian politician is a multi-billionaire. He is disconnected from the reality that you deal with. The average politician views the average Nigerian as a necessary inconvenience. In other words, you are just a thing that gets in the way of him stealing and looting. That's all. And Archangel's political party, APC, is literally the worst performing political party in the history of the country. Economically, security-wise, in every sense of the word. So anybody that is a governor in that party, you are likely to be along those lines, because how do you account for the fact that 200 people in your state plus are unalive, 6,000 people displaced from their homes, women, children, displaced from their homes, and you are in celebration mode? How can you be in celebration mode? What is there to celebrate? Your state should be in a condition of grieving, right? You should be doing everything in your power every day to assure all these communities. That governor should be going to each and every single IDP camp every day until they are secure, until they are safe. Every day he should be driving there. He should be moving his office from one IDP camp to another IDP camp to another IDP camp and rotate like that. If they are going to attack a state or a place, they should be knowing that we are attacking the governor. But this priest, I don't know what is priesting. I don't know what is priesting. But it goes to show what I am always saying. You can never view these politicians as your messiah. Because when this man was campaigning, I remember, he wasn't the one that was supposed to win that APC primary. He was the Peter Obi of the APC primary, the change agent, the good priest that was going to change everything. Go and look it up. Ask Karen if you think I'm lying. A lot of people supported him. He was the Peter Obi of APC primary. He was the Peter Obi of that state. And I always tell people, don't view these politicians as your messiah. What is their plan to restructure? You have to be on their neck. You have to be on their neck. You cannot trust them. And this governor is another proof of that. But look, at the end of the day, we go by the words of President Bola Tinubu. The buck stops with the president. The buck does not stop with the governor. So if failing at securing your state disqualifies you from being governor, then Governor Shatima would have never become Vice President Shatima. So apparently in the APC, when you fail to secure your state, you can rise up to become Vice President. So this is because Shatima was governor during Chibok girls. In fact, you ask the Chibok people, they will say it was Shatima that took the girls. There's some Chibok people that will tell you that it was Shatima that housed those girls. It was Shatima that held those girls. That's another story, I'm telling you. But Ella, good questions. Mr. Archangel.
Uncle Tai, sorry, I have another
Very
one.
much, Mr. Tai, for giving me this great opportunity to be on your live this wonderful evening. Now, my fellow Nigerians,
Archangel, let her finish. Sorry. Let her finish. Sorry.
You know the year for 7 o'clock, no, the year for 11 o'clock.
Pretty Ella, go ahead.
Thank you, Uncle Tai. I have this question. Uncle Tai, these people, these bandits are Fulanis, right? So why don't we do this? Because there is something I watched in the news. The innocent one are being cutted away, they are displaced in their home, which I as a person that something like this has happened in the community, I understand why they are angry, and then why some people are using that avenue to just like even
Thank you, Mr. Crawford.
them out. Now, all of us Nigerians, let's say that we know it's foreigners that are doing this, but because of the religion, and then because of everybody is a cattle herd. So we don't know the difference. Even though I know it, I know the difference between if I see them and if I see an Hausa person, I know they have that stature, that beautiful stature. But it's very, very
the terrorists have a
why don't
beautiful
Nigeria
stature.
do this? Who is who? And because the foreign, they have this slim stature.
Pretty
We call
Ella,
it
I
beautiful
hope
in
all is
South
well.
East. They
The way
have,
you are breathing and talking, the way you are breathing and
I hope you
talking,
are fine.
I hope you are fine.
I'm fat, and then I'm
Yeah?
walking, and then I'm talking. I'm doing my morning duty, and then I'm talking. You people should leave me alone. Archangel, don't talk to me. Leave me alone. I'm okay. I'm very, very okay. It's that I'm working this morning. You get? So, Mr. Tai, why don't we just like put them in one place? Like, I'm not saying isolate them. No, I mean, give them, let's say, they just dedicate one full hectares, billions of land for the cattle herders. Like, not in every state, just that place, that particular region will be for them. They are not allowed to carry their cattle and come out. They all should go there and stay so that we will know what else is happening, because they are the ones that they are using to do this. And everybody is getting irritated at everyone, even though there are innocent people. So that's why I said, why don't we just do this? How can Nigeria not allocate land for them? Can Nigeria not allocate land for them and give it to them? All of them will stay that place. Do you think it's possible?
Yeah, this is one of the ideas that has been actually advocated for. But we have an incompetent and failure of a government and failure of a president. So they cannot even eat rice and dodo, even if you make it for them and tell them to eat it. They will loot, they will go and sell it and loot it. So, yeah, it's a good idea that you proposed. This is why I said we need to restructure our country.
Yeah.
Because if we
Thank you very
restructure
much,
our
Mr.
country,
Tai, for
hold
giving me
on,
the great
Africa.
opportunity.
If we restructure our country the right way, then these matters will be discussed by the states and the regions and the local people, and they'll come up with local solutions to these problems. And they'll be able to sort themselves out. Cattle rearing is a business, it's not a big deal. In Niger State, in one of these states the other day now, they didn't even have enough cattle. We were importing cows from somewhere into Nigeria. So it's a business, and it can be lucrative if you do it the right way, So thank you, Pretty Ella. Mr. Archangel.
Mr. Tai, for giving this great opportunity to be on your live this wonderful evening. Now, my fellow Nigerians, you see, look at the statement that the governor of Benue State, the press release he made today.
The APC governor of Benue State.
No, I don't even care if it's APC or whatsoever. Look at what the statement a governor of a state is making.
Yeah, and then we'll read the statement the president made after. Go ahead.
I'm even ashamed. I'm ashamed for him. And he called himself that he's a priest.
What was wrong with the statement? Tell us the statement.
I think the way he was talking, his mannerism, especially in the line where he uttered, I don't allow self-defense. You cannot defend some people, and you are saying you don't allow self-defense in your state. Then the governor even went ahead to say they should go and pick colorful clothes because the president is coming. Is this man okay? Like, sometimes I'm just wondering, how did Benue people vote for this kind of human being to be a governor? Is he okay? People are mourning. 4-month-old baby, a year-old baby were burnt alive. And you said they should go and be picking clothes because the president is coming. Sometimes, I don't even know what to say because I don't get it.
Archangel, you know what upsets me the most? This reminds me of Archangel. Honestly, I'm serious now. This reminds me of this politician, that when his people were being attacked, he was talking about Israel and Iran and India. It's just the same ideology, isn't it? Could we say shame on him too?
Now, shame on the governor of Benue State, because I'm still finding it difficult, like, to comprehend what this guy is doing. You don't allow self-defense. They should go and pick clothes, colorful clothes, because the president is coming. His eye service is too much. This same governor will go to NEC meeting. Instead of him to play video of what is happening in his state and say, this Fulani elders, the way they unalive farmers, is too much, is gruesome, to be playing it in NEC meeting. This man will go to NEC meeting and say, when he's giving report, everything is fine, just little clashes, but it's under control. And the president would think, oh, he's on top of the whole thing. Where you're supposed to be playing video to call the president and even call the president to say, come and declare state of emergency because this thing is going out of hand.
So are you saying the president needs the governor to come and play in video before he knows what is going on there?
The president, see, one thing people don't really know about president, right, is he has a lot of things to address.
Does he, when he meets with the service chiefs, right, the inspector general of police, who is in charge of the commissioner of that state, is it that the president doesn't know the right question to ask or is waiting for somebody to play in video?
No,
I don't understand.
Mr. Tai, I think you don't
when
understand
the national security advisor, hold on. When the national security advisor, the commissioner of police for that state, also when they are in the state, what are they doing? Are they all sleeping also?
Now, here is my point. When you go for NEC meeting, it is in that NEC meeting you should give report of what is happening.
So are you telling me that the president is relying on the governor to know what is going on in Benue State at the NEC meeting? Then why does he have commissioner of police and inspector general and national security advisor? Why are we paying for all these things? Why don't we just carry all that money and give it to the governor?
Mr. Tai, I don't know why. Well, I know your point, but just allow me finish my submission. I know where you are going, but just allow me finish my submission. Here's the thing. When they go for NEC meeting, you give report, and it is wrong for you to be painting your state to be good when you know things are bad. You should tell it as it is. Then I'm even concerned with the Nigerian military because it seems all of them, they don't want to be fired. They will be painting things to say, is under control. We are able to do this. They will show some success story. Though they have success story, like the Nigerian military now, they will show video of how they unalive bandits in Borno or somewhere. They will go and play those ones. Then the president will say, okay, they are working. Then they will say we have some flaws in some area. They are insurgency, but
the president is part of the problem.
Then they will tell the president we are on it. So they usually paint what I see, because especially that Benue governor, what he says in NEC meeting, when we even is so annoying. You cannot play E2 VDM. God will bless VDM for Nigeria. Sincerely, that guy, God will bless him. Everybody is saying Pope. Who is Pope? It's not the Pope, it's the video, because some people went to go and show Mr. President that video. Some people had to show him. So that's as it was happening in Benue. Because this same,
are you telling me that
governor of Benue will not play this type of video for the president to see?
Akman, hold on. Are you telling me that the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria was relying on intelligence reports from very dark man before he knew what was going on in Benue?
Mr. Tai, you are speaking out of point now. He's not on social media. The president is not on social media.
So how did you see the video?
This is the point I'm making. Someone had to show him one of the.
So he was relying on somebody showing him very dark man's video.
This is the point.
Before he knew what was going on the ground.
No, not that he knew. No, you are blaming the president. Is it not expected of the governor of a state to tell the president the things that's happening in his state? Is the president living in all the states?
Did the president wait for
Mr. Tai, most times, you usually excuse governors. Now you are encouraging the Benue governor.
I'm not excusing any governor. Listen to my question.
You are trying to say the president should come to all the states and come and be ruling the state himself. Why are they there?
Hold on.
Why did the people vote the governor to be there?
Listen. Did the president, did he wait for a report from the Rivers State governor before he declared state of emergency? Because according to Fubara, Fubara said he did not even know that state of emergency was coming. He did not know. Even
Why
Wike
will he
did
know?
not know. So
Why
the
will he know?
president got a report from somewhere, declared state of emergency.
Mr. Tai, you are doing as if you are.
Rivers.
Should I recommend some medications for you?
So here's my point. Listen,
because you are saying this statement as if you are not aware when president invited Fubara to National Abuja to sign a document to settle the issue in Rivers State for the first time.
Archangel, you are the one that has already told us. This man is a member of the APC. The president has met with him several times, this governor, right? Now, the president has had several conversations with him. This is not the first time, this is not the second time, this is not the third time. So what I'm telling you is that if the president believed that this situation was bad, then why has he not bypassed the governor and declared state of emergency? It's that simple.
All right. Now, I said the governor during NEC meeting will go to NEC meeting, give situational report, even in respect to security in a state to the president and say a little clash happened, is under control. He paints it as if it's a no-no, is not a huge thing. Instead of him to really hammer it, even play videos so that the president can be seeing that this thing is really tough. Then he can even call the president that I think a state of emergency is needed. Now, let me explain this. When it comes to state of emergency, right? Even during Jonathan, when he declared state of emergency in Borno state governor discussed it with him too, that is getting out of hand, that there should be a state of emergency. It's in accordance with the president. The governor should discuss it, that this situation in my state is getting out of hand. My people are complaining. I need a state of emergency.
Archangel, now, hold on. You are refusing to get my point, or you are ignoring my point. The president has proven to us that he does not need a governor to declare state of emergency. He has told us.
I got your point, but you are equating two different things.
He has told us that
you are narrating two different things.
No, listen. He has the ability to assess a situation and declare state of emergency, and even suspend or / remove the governor if you want.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
I've explained this thing several times, but you're not getting it.
Okay, listen. In his assessment of the situation in Rivers, he declared state of emergency. Not one single a situation of ethnic cleansing or genocide had even occurred in Rivers. Between Benue and Plateau, there have been multiple attacks in 2 years. Several situations. So it's not once, it's not twice. In that region, 10,000 people have been unalived. So the president did not need to wait for a video of VDM. He didn't need to wait for the governor to come and be telling him something at NEC meeting. If this president was not a failure, he would have, and he was out to govern, he would have declared state of emergency already on the basis of, look, Mr. Governor, you are failing.
Let me say this.
So
I understand your point. You are giving a narration that doesn't.
Hold on. This your fake outrage at the governor without holding the president to the same level of accountability is hypocritical. Because let me quote what a great man once said. Okay? Are you listening? A great man once said this: the buck stops with the president. The buck stops with the president. If your citizens are dying, then the president as the chief security officer is responsible. So that 2004 Tinubu, Alhaji Tinubu in 2004, needs to tell President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of 2025 that he's a failure.
Here is the point, Mr. Tai. Let me just round up with this so that I can go down. The point is,
why are you going down?
The government, no, because I don't want to have this conversation again because you are not seeing the point. If it is Benue State Governor that is unaliving people in Yelewata, that is sending troops, maybe people to go and alive there, then the president can declare state of emergency and suspend the governor. But what happened in Rivers? It is the governor and the House of Assembly that are fighting. The people that are supposed to manage a state, they are fighting. And you said
It
the president
doesn't
should
matter
keep you.
who is fighting.
Mr. Tai, I think
the governor
you are
is
just being
incapable of
disingenuous
solving the problem.
when you are narrating those two, Rivers State and this state. You are being disingenuous, but I understand you just want to blame the president, but it's fine. That's always your line. You just want to blame the president. The president has played his role as the commander-in-chief.
And you are saying the president has no responsibility, no blame.
I'm not saying the president has no responsibility. He's playing his role.
So he
has not neglected his role. He has not neglected his role in this matter.
So the president
He's always
has
playing his role
right
in this matter.
Everybody else is wrong.
I'm not saying everybody is wrong. I'm saying everybody should play their role. He's the governor of a state. Give situational report as
you said
evident as it
shame
is.
on the governor.
Shame on the governor.
I agree with you. Shame on the governor.
Yeah.
Shame on
the governor visit Yelewata?
I agree.
Excuse me, sir.
Shame
Did the governor go to
Yelewata
until the president said he should go there? Can you imagine? It's the president that will ask governor to go to Yelewata before he goes.
We need to speak.
The president has called him.
Okay, he don't go. No, he never go. Now my turn.
Before Machiavelli talks, the point that I'm trying to make with Archangel that never makes sense to anybody except him is that he will say shame on the governor, shame on the military, shame on everybody. But then the president, the person who has the most power, he will say he has done everything he can. I don't know why he flushes his brain in the toilet at that end point. Machiavelli, go ahead, and then Don J.
Oga, why you wrong? Me, I just dey enjoy my 2 years. Oga, you for no wrong. Shame on the president who actually, Nigerians, this is the point. Somebody who has failed in his responsibility as the father of the house shouldn't be a father. This president is an aloko. This president has failed. His duty is to maintain lives and property. This is the same president who gets intelligence briefing every day, just as they are putting newspaper on his desk. He's getting briefing every day. This president know what is going on there. Akinja is coming here to come and play this their party nonsense. You cannot be using the Nigerians' life to play your politics. You are listening to me, Mr. Akinja, and I know you very well. You guys will continue to live in my tama because you are his boys. You don't care. But I want to tell you, he has failed, and he has failed woefully. This is somebody who gets briefing every blessed day. Intelligent briefing. He's the number one person in this Nigeria. And you are coming now to come and say shame on the governor, shame on this thing. Shame on all these people working in this administration who have no idea of what is going on. You are not even ashamed to even come and talk. You are shaming the governor. You are shaming this thing. This is somebody who gets intelligent briefing. And they said, and you were the same people that said, oh, this president does not sleep 24 hours. He makes sure that every Nigeria is being taken care of. If at this time, he doesn't know that Nigerians have been unalive, oh boy, Mokuna give a monka for make it sleep. Oh. Let him just go and sleep. Make it no worry. And you are coming to come and say, hey, shame on the governor. You too, you should be ashamed of yourself to defend somebody who is incompetent. You should be ashamed of yourself, Akinje. And all those your supporters that are very gullible, trying to indoctrinate Nigerians to believe that you guys are doing something. You are not doing anything. The same you guys were the same people who came during Jonathan's administration to tell Jonathan that he was a Nebuchadnezzar. The same you guys. Now Nebuchadnezzar has found his place. Now you want to shift the goalpost. It's very you should be ashamed of yourself, Akinje. In fact, sometimes when I look at you, I just laugh and I say, yeah? How did you even get here to bring this fellow? Tai will always say that maybe some of you have flushed their brain. All of you have flushed your brain in the toilet. All of you. And you should come now and come and defend it. Because you know it's going to be hot now, you run away. He who calls for a fight shouldn't call for postponement. It is the president that said he can be the commander-in-chief. He said he will be recruiting 50 million Nigerians who are doing Yahoo. The 50 million, he has not recruited one. You didn't ask him and say, Oga, this was what you wanted. You said you want to do. You can't do it. You are going to go and blame a governor. A governor is not talking about it. And you're not even ashamed to even tell us that the president knew what was happening through somebody showing him the video. So why is he the commander? Why is he the commander-in-chief then? Hey! I don't know where you guys una to flush on a brain for toilet. In a poor platform, you are coming to tell us that they show the president the video and say, Mr. President, see what is happening. We don't know where we are going. That's it. So when he was declaring a state of emergency in Rivers State, he came out on the live TV and said there was no going back. Why is it that there's no going back now? You have to now schedule your time. You are playing politics with our lives. You are not even ashamed. I'm talking to you, Akenje. You should be ashamed of yourself to come and defend this kind of lies. The president does not know. Who gets the security briefing every day at his desk? It's the question. Shola, my point is that you should go and ask your president, section 14B. Okay? Go and ask him. When Jonathan was there, what did he say? You forgot the tweet, Abi. What is your point now? You guys will come and lie here. He doesn't know. He has failed in totality and he should resign. In the same country, this calls for an impeachment. You don't know. You are saying it on a platform that somebody showed him. You should be ashamed of yourself. Shola, if you know you have something to come and defend it now, come and tell us. Akenje, I'm talking to you. You run now. When they are trying to ask you questions, you run. If now you're on now, you go, You have to come and defend the governor is this. The commander-in-chief who swore an oath to the constitution of this country. And you said you don't know what is going on.
Moderator.
Now, I really flush in her brain for toilet.
Moderator.
Thank you very much, my sister. Go on.
Hold on, bros. Did you notice, Abi, did you see the video like this today, Abi? Yeah, he went there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see his speech? Chief for waiting they call him. Waiting they call the man. Chief for waiting.
See, let me tell you, my sister. Let me tell you, my sister.
That was man.
All the chief of army staff, is that what you are saying?
That man said in his speech, I want to quote you.
Mm-hmm.
Hear me now. Mm-hmm. What he said in his speech, that's what VDM, that's why I say VDM don't give us this evening speech. He said, he think you are giving people, you are telling Nigerians, you are giving us reports, and you tell us that you think, meaning you are not certain about what you're saying. So how do you, that means we're not even certain about our lives right now. And somebody is coming out here to defend the person where we say they go give our president briefing. I beg, begin pack our bag, because it be like they've sold us already.
Let me tell you, Karen, section 14B, if you read it, it is very, very crystal clear that what is happening now, impeachment is coming. You have failed. Do you know what it is? You swore an oath to defend Nigerians. He didn't specifically say somewhere, Nigerians. And now you want to come and tell us that you didn't know, you don't know what is happening. That even your supporters are saying that they showed you a video. I was ashamed that Akenje is using that word as his own submission, that somebody showed the president. Are you thinking that we are gullibles? That we don't know what the constitution says, or we don't know what the duty of the president? This is, let me tell you, he's the chief security of the state. He gets intelligence briefing every blessed day. That's what he gets in his table. They'll brief him what is going on. So why would he not have okay, now Is this the first time that this thing is happening? Before this one happened, he was in France. Why didn't he cut short his trip? He was sending message from France. That is to tell you, he knew what was happening. And be somebody still go show and video for that side. So when Akinje is coming to lie, he thinks that, oh no, we flush our brain just like them flush their brain in the toilet. Oga, find where a park put. If you no fit talk, Mona yourself will go sit down. And you should be ashamed of yourself to come and lie this kind of lie, this of Vuvuzela. I know you not get head, you not get head. Think Nigerians are gullible now. They are more informed. Because 29th of May, that is what you raise up your hand to swear. And you put your hand on it and say, you swore to defend Nigerians. Okay, where you now? Nigerians cannot find you. You want to go and do solidarity. So all of them will come here, they'll come line up. Now the people will go line up, go they tell you. You can always make your point, address point on individual by brother. I know they fight you. Shola, that is what I'm telling you. Don't ask me, why don't you channel that question to your president now? Why didn't you channel it? Is it not the number one? Is it not the first person that sworn to know that you will defend Nigerians? You are asking me to come and give you point. You are using the first step ladder to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. If you are asking me to give you point, you should go and ask your president. That is what the section is telling you. 14 sub B. Go and read it and see what it is. So don't tell us that we don't know. That is the rule of law. It's the supreme law of the land. So if you violate it, you should resign. Since you cannot govern and you cannot protect the life of every Nigerian, then resign. No point. Thank you, my brother.
Good evening, Mr. Tai. Greetings. Ms. Georgia, greetings.
I think it's done the dripping. I think it's done to speak.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Mr. Tai. It's so sad, I have listened to everyone on this platform. Apart from the other guy, the second to the last speaker, is it the Mark Angel, whatever, I don't care to know about it. I don't care to know his name. But what I'm trying to say is this, make I come to our local, our local English, it is very sad when people are taking politics as, to replace the life of innocent people.